Hello, I'm Vivian McGrath from vivianmcgrath.com, and in this video I'm going to answer the question that a lot of you ask me: will I ever find love again? And I will do that, I promise, by the end of this video. But first, I just want to tell you a story that I've actually never told anybody before. It was in the early 80s, and I know a lot of you probably weren't even born then, but it was the early 80s, and I'm bound to have had enormous curly hair, big, 80s hair. And I was 19, and I'd been in this relationship that was abusive, emotionally abusive, and it had started to get physically violent. And I was so codependent in that relationship that I just couldn't find the way to free myself from it, because codependency and the cycle of abuse is so hard to break. It's so hard to break. And I was only 19. And I was insecure. I didn't know at the time that I was insecure. I was insecure. I was vulnerable. I didn't know how to say no. So the way that I tried to escape this relationship was to do what I call a geographical and flee overseas. So I booked a ticket with a friend of mine, and we just flew to London, where my sister lived. And I felt free. I felt free. I just remember going into Topshop, which is like heaven for a teenage girl, and I bought these baby blue corduroy jeans, and I was skinny and I looked fantastic. Not that skinny equates to being fantastic, I don't want to give the wrong idea, but in my head I felt that I looked great, and I just felt me for the first time, and I'd lost me. I'd gone so far from who I was that I felt like I was me again. So I booked myself on this, one of those European bus tours where it's full of under, 19 to 20 to 30-year-olds, and you just go a different city every couple of days. It's a little bit like, what day is it today? Tuesday. Oh, it must be Brussels. But it was just so much fun. And it was like I had my freedom for the first time. And then what happened was I was in, I think it was Florence, and our tour group was at a club, and there were other tour groups there. And there was this guy, and his eyes clocked mine. And I felt like I was the only person in the room. And I thought, wow, this guy's looking at me. And he then came up to me and he said how beautiful I was and how I was the only person in the room, that he couldn't see anybody else. And it was clearly what I needed to hear. I needed to feel that I was attractive. I needed to feel that I was lovable and valuable. And then he started coming on a little bit too strong, too fast. And he started kissing me, and I can't believe I'm telling this. I've not told anyone this before. He started kissing me and kissing me and kissing me. And at first I thought, wow, this is nice. And then I didn't like it. It was suffocating me. And this is the worst bit. I didn't know how to say no, stop. And it gets worse. I was relieved when the bus came back, and I got on the bus and I thought, okay, that was nice, a little bit too full on. I'm now on the bus. I'll never see this guy again. And then, I don't know, about a week later, we were at another campsite, and we were all doing this talent night, this show, and all the buses were competing against each other to win the prize. And again, I was in my element because, I was dabbling in acting then and started to have a little bit of success actually. So I ended up writing the show that we were going to put on, and I felt important, and everyone thought what we'd written was so funny, and we performed this show. I think we wrote these funny skits, lyrics to the Muppet Show theme, and it was hysterical and everyone laughed. And at the end of it, that same guy came up to me. I didn't even know he was there. And I was torn because we won and everyone was celebrating. And my new friends in my tour group were saying, come with us, let's all go and have a drink. And he was going, no, come back with me to my tent. I went back to his tent. And I didn't want to go back to his tent. And so I know that, like victims say, you think this is my fault. Because then, of course, what happened was it started off consensually. Because, again, I was attracted to this guy. And I felt validated by him that after all this abuse in this relationship, I was attractive, I was lovable. So at the beginning, although I didn't want to go back to his tent, he did make me feel good. I have to admit this. But then it descended into a Me Too moment, because it became forceful. It became demanding me to do things. And I then started to say no, and I pushed back. You know what happens next. I know, I don't need to say it. And he then rolled off and fell asleep. And I crawled out of that tent feeling so much self-loathing and so much disgust and so much blame and shame that I had said, yes, I'll come back to your tent. And I ran sobbing to the camp toilets, and I was crying. And I saw this girl from our group, and she said, are you okay? What's wrong? And even then I just said, I lied. I made something up. I was just so full of shame. I just said I was missing my mum or something like that. And then the next day I saw him again, and he was flirting with another girl, and a really beautiful girl, and he didn't even see me. I was trash. And that was a moment that I felt I'd hit this rock bottom. I felt like I was on the ground. I couldn't get any lower than that. And I remember so vividly saying to myself, why do I always attract these jerks? Why? What is it about me that I always attract these type of guys? And that was the turning point. That was one of my massive turning points in my life, because I saw that there was a pattern. And please don't get the wrong idea. I'm not victim blaming here. When I saw that pattern, I actually felt liberated, because I thought there's something about me that I need to change. And I get all these emails and messages from you on YouTube and on my blog, wherever you're watching me now, on Facebook. And they all say the same two things. One is they might be middle-aged, like I am now, and say, will I ever find love again after leaving a relationship that was no good for them? And that fear that they're unlovable, they're never going to find love again. Or the second email or comments I get, the theme of the comments is, I had someone on YouTube yesterday say, why do I keep doing this? Why have I gone for this same type of person again? Why do I keep doing this? And I'll tell you why. The First Lady and other ladies and men have said, will I ever find love again? And why that's wrong to approach it that way. And why, in a way, we do repeat the same pattern over again. And it's because of this. We go to what's familiar. We go to what feels in our comfort zone. And we don't know why. It just feels right. And you might have been in a relationship that was abusive and done what I did and go for somebody else you think is completely different, but they turn out to be the same. They are the same. They're just packaged differently. Narcissists and abusive types just wear different masks, but they're the same person underneath. And you will keep attracting the wrong type of relationship until you change you. You know, you can't fix it by trying to constantly change things outside of you, the external. You waste your time trying to change the external. I'll just try dating a different type. You know, he was like that. I'll just try dating this type next time. Or if you're in a relationship that's not working, well, if I just try this, then maybe she'll love me or he'll love me. Maybe then I can show them I'm lovable. You know, these are all external things. You need to go the other way and change the internal you. If you're going at dating saying, will I ever love again? You're doing the same thing. You're looking to the external because what you're really saying is, will I find somebody else to make me happy? You'll just keep finding somebody who won't make you happy. You'll just keep repeating the same mistake over and over again. But it's really good news. Will I ever find love again? Yes, you will. Will I ever find healthy, good love again with someone who treats me with respect and is kind and is great and makes me laugh? Yes, you will. Can you stop going for the wrong type over and over again? Yes. But all you need to do is fall in love with yourself first. I know that sounds naff, self-love, self-worth, you know, but it is absolutely true. You've got to fall in love with yourself first. Because when you're looking for love, you reflect you out to the wider world. And if your internal you is, and you might not even be aware of this, but if inside of you, you have a low sense of self-worth, a low sense of self-love, you don't feel lovable, then guess what? You're going to attract people who are the mirror of you, who don't think you are lovable or worthy either, because they don't think that about themselves, because they're looking for someone like them. Like attracts like. And you will only bring to you and attract to you who you are manifesting within yourself. So fall in love with yourself first. Because if you fall in love with yourself, you will only attract people who also think you're lovable and worthy of being loved. And secondly, you'll be so full of self-worth that if somebody like that guy, if that guy now came to me and said, come back to my tent, when my friends are saying, who love me, say, come with us. You know what I say now? No, 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 I don't want to go back to your tent. I don't even know you. I'm going to go and have a great night and I'm going to celebrate with my friends. I wish I knew now what I didn't know when I was that vulnerable little girl who was so frightened of saying no. But if you love yourself, then you learn to say no. You set better boundaries. You say, no, that is not good enough for me. I deserve better. So until you learn to love yourself first, fall in love with you, then yes, you will keep going for that same type again and again and again. You might think at first they're not, but they'll just be in another wrapping, a different package, but they'll still be the same type until you change you. Choose to find love with yourself first, and then that will enable you to choose to find the right type of relationship and the right type of partner. And you know what? Once you do find that really strong sense of self-worth and love, you won't be feeling that desperate need of, I'm 56, which is how old I am. Will I ever find love again? Which is code for saying, I'm unworthy, I'm unlovable, unless somebody, some knight in shining armor comes and tells me I'm worthy. You won't care because you'll be so happy within yourself that you'll be okay with or without a man or woman. You'll be okay. You're enough. You're enough. And that's so liberating, because you know what happens when you get like that, when you're so happy and in love with yourself and not caring if you have another relationship. Another one would be a bonus and would be nice, but it's not going to be what your self-worth depends on. That's when it comes. That's when love found me. When I first met my husband now, I thought, he's really nice. And I had a fantastic night at this dinner party in his company. But if I never see him again, it doesn't matter. I'm really great in myself. I had a great night, and that was wonderful. And it did work out. He did find me, and love did find me. But you see the difference. It wasn't from a desperate, lonely place. So fall in love with yourself first. And then you will find love again. Or you'll be so happy within yourself. If you don't, it won't matter, because you'll be surrounded by love anyway, with great friends, people who do care about you. And you won't go back into an unhealthy, dysfunctional relationship with somebody who at first looked different because they had different wrapping around them. So I hope that's helped. I'm really sorry. I hope I didn't trigger anybody with that story. And I've never told it before, and I didn't quite expect to go into that much depth. So please, if it has triggered you, I'm really sorry. And I'm going to put a link to resources that can help you if you also have had a moment like that and need help and support. If you have found that helpful, that's great. Please do share it with somebody that might help, because I know there's a lot of you asking me the same questions. And please click the like button and subscribe, because I'm going to just keep these videos coming. Thank you so much for all your comments and lovely kind words of support to say that my videos are helping you. It really makes my day, because this is exactly what I'm doing this for. So I look forward to seeing you in my next video.